Hey, this is Cameron, and welcome to the practice log. Alright, we got a lot of exciting stuff to do today, so let's go ahead and jump into it, shall we? Hey, what's going on? Another day of practice is ahead of us, which I'm actually more excited about something else that's not practice related. I know, what could be more exciting than that? It's time for me to change my strings. If you guys remember, I've been trying some stuff from Strings by Mail. Not sponsored, not a Strings by Mail sponsored musician, but you guys could always bombard them with emails if you felt inclined to do so. I'm just causing trouble with this video already. I accidentally ordered these Nygut strings. What the heck is that? That sounds disgusting. That's what we have though. These are the only strings that I have. My strings are dead. Bada bing, we're using those. It's actually fine because this is a wonderful opportunity to make fun of lute, gut strings in general. No nail playing, I'm sure I'll throw stuff in about that. So this is actually fine. And guess what? I'm gonna have some help changing my strings today, as I've been doing the past few string changes. We got a Brandon Acker video to watch. Yeah, so we're gonna jump into that first before we actually practice. I am in the middle of a teaching day right now. I have to teach again in a couple hours, so I might not practice for that long, but I'll probably play the fugue or something with the new strings and see how they sound. I'll at least give the strings time to loosen up and stuff. But yeah, cool. Well, without further ado, let's go to the computer and get this party started. I will see you there. Well, first step to watching a Brandon Acker video is you gotta go onto YouTube. You gotta type in that beautiful little name of his, and here we are. I think this might be the last classical guitar string changing video on the docket, so if you guys have any more, please post them in the reaction request Discord. I'm gonna need to change my strings in like a month and a half. This one's been anticipated for a while. Brandon Acker holding his lighter at you threateningly. And what's with lighters in classical guitars? Alright, well, let's just jump into it. What piece is that? Post in the comments. Wrong answers only.
The lower three wound with metal. If they sound a bit dull or they kind of lost their brilliance, it's probably because it's time to change them.
Yeah, a lot of you need to hear that. In my Discord right now, especially in my like student section, the private student section that I have only for students, I've seen a couple of like anecdotes about how they've snapped strings on their classical. That's insane. That should never ever happen. Change your strings. What's going on, guys? Especially if you're in the sore hand student section, I expect you to change your strings.
Sometimes you can also tell because they look a bit discolored, rusty. So I thought we could walk through.
They're rusty. Oh my god, so far beyond where it should be. Name that song. Wrong notes. Wrong notes only. Wrong answers only. When I play it, it's wrong notes only, probably.
To do this, you're going to need a new pack of strings.
No way. Those are the exact strings that I'm using. You're using Nygut, man. This is perfect. Outstanding. I'm so glad I saved it for this.
A peg winder. You don't.
Ooh. Everyone calls it something different. I think last time it was a little tool. Ooh, his peg winder's loose. I need some WD-40 in my peg winder.
So they need this, but it speeds up the process.
Yeah, it stops you from getting focal dystonia.
Clippers or something to cut the string.
Nail clippers. Yeah, because, you know, we don't have, like, tools laying around, like wire cutters. The closest thing a guitarist has to tools laying around is nail clippers.
The strings I'm using today are Aquila Alabastro.
Aquila Alabastro?
Now today we're specifically talking about changing the strings on a classical guitar. This won't work for steel string acoustic guitars because they have a different system at the bridge.
Yeah, the system is you poke your string through a little hole and then that's it. Which is a less intricate system, but for the average steel string player, that's still really, really hard for them to do. So they probably need their own video on how to slip a string through a hole.
So step one, take off these old strings. Now we don't have to be super careful here.
Just rip them off.
Taking off all the strings at once and disturbing some type of tension balance on the instrument. In my experience, this doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, thank you. Who cares, right? I'm so glad you're saying that. It so doesn't matter. Like, how crappy is your guitar that it needs, like, constant tension on it? Your guitar can't handle, like, 10 minutes of not having strings on it, or something's gonna happen to it? No, of course not. Alright, anyways.
My preference is actually to do one string at a time, and that's just because the other strings stay in tune, and then when I put the new string on, I use the other strings to tune that string up, and then I go to the next string and I tune it up, and it just means I don't have to use a tuner.
Maybe I'll try that. I never tune with my ear, just because I don't really see a point to it. Like, I just kind of use my phone, and it's like, whatever. Like, I can tune with my ear. I just don't do it, because it's like, why bother?
Start with string 6, or 1, or in the middle, doesn't matter. I like to start from the biggest string and work down to the top. I like to pluck the low E first. We're going to start with the E, and then we're going to start turning. And the reason
that's another thing too with these peg winders. Is it possible to use them and not just like bang up your guitar? Like, I feel like I'm bending the wood or something.
To hear the string is because I want to make sure I don't turn the wrong direction.
Is that something you're afraid of? I feel like that would never ever happen, right? I would never do that. That's another thing I've heard in a lot of these videos, like sound it so you can make sure you're spinning it the right way. I get giving that advice to like a beginner, like someone who doesn't know better, but it's funny hearing that coming from a professional guitarist as if they don't know which way to spin their peg. That's all I'm saying.
If I kept turning, the string's gonna snap off at some point, and maybe
that scared me.
Even risk ripping the bridge off. So pluck the string, make sure you're turning it so it goes all the way down. You don't have to be very gentle here. You just keep turning until eventually the string pops
Whoa!
up.
I've never done that. Hold on. Is that really what's gonna happen? Oh my god. Whoa. Wow. I learned something today. I always just loosen them and then just snap them with the nail cutter or whatever. I didn't know that would happen if you just loosened it a little further. I didn't even have to loosen it that far. That was the crazy part. Well, I already made it out of this video with something. That's cool.
At the bridge ends, very simple. Just undo whatever sort of knot is there. Pull the string out. Voila. String gone.
He makes it look so easy. You just loosen that thing and then you send it to the curve. Oh, the string is folded into the other string so I can't pull it out. We'll have to deal with it later. All right, what now?
Our new pack of strings here. Open it up. Actually, this is just going to be a set of basses I have here. Open up the package.
Oh,
These
oh no! We saw that, man. You should have cut that out. You struggled with that. Hold on. All right, let's actually see. Hold on, I have to think about how I'm going to approach this. I'm going to do the same thing he did. Oh, dang, I kind of killed that. Sorry, man. I didn't mean to best you in that one, but, you know, you guys saw.
Just have to figure out which string is which based on the thickness, which isn't
Still working on it.
too difficult.
There we go, you got it.
So we'll do this little winding here. One is bigger than the rest, and that's going to be my low E.
Oh, God, I just like scratched my Mac screen. Okay, it is clear that one is larger than the others, so I think I got this.
We're going to put the string through the hole.
Yep, I'm familiar with that action. What else?
And out the back of the instrument. You have a traditional bridge that only has one hole per string. You'll have 6 holes, and then it's obvious where you put it. But there are some modern instruments, like this one, that have a double hole system.
Dude, you're playing a modern instrument? Whoa.
Okay, so once we have 3 or 4 inches sticking out the bridge side, and actually I'm going to take the string short end and wrap it underneath the long end, pull it taut, grabbing back to the long end.
It's like they just freaking kill it. This is like watching him choke a goose or something.
Of the bridge.
Alright, so he does it differently. He does it the way that I used to do it. I want to show you guys me doing this now. We got our inches sticking out. I think I'm going to use the same method as classical guitar shed, man. One of these things. Have it pressed down there. Oh yeah, there we go. Then you just freaking lick your just freaking yanking it until it breathes its last breath, and its only crime was being my guitar and having old strings. Put it out of its misery. Just die. Oh. Alright, I think I have the 6th string on. Alright, let's bring him back.
So I'll give it a little light yank.
Yeah, I like to do that sometimes too. God, I am not gonna do this with my luthier guitar. I'm just banging this thing up so bad. This is gonna be the last string change video probably, because I don't think I'm gonna change my strings again before I get it.
I like to trace the string to make sure it didn't accidentally loop under one of the other strings. That would suck to get it up to tension and realize you...
Language, Brandon. That would stink.
So trace it to make sure that it's not intersecting any other string. I like to change the peg, move the peg until the eye of the scroll is sticking out in this direction, so it's ready to have a string. I don't like to find the hole with the string.
Oh yeah,
so,
definitely. I feel you, man. I think we're on the same page with that.
Just go through.
There we go. First try, dude. That thing went right on in. He has experience. And just
now from here.
And then once you're in, dude, you just freaking give it everything you have.
The long end of the string sticking out the back of the headstock, up through the headstock, above the scroll. It just went on, keeping the tension on the string when you do that. So now I have the long end looping through the headstock. We're going to loop this new short end underneath the long string. I don't think it matters which side you go through. Make sure it's taut again, and now we have hooked underneath the string, and because it's wound, there's all this bumps, and that's really a lot of friction, so it's not going to go anywhere.
Oh wow,
and from
you only looped it once. I just looped it like 3 times, and it is annoying to do that. I'm going to do that on the next one. How about that?
Winding to my left, if that makes sense.
It does. Don't worry.
And eventually, it's going to catch, and so now I can let go, and I should have some pitch. Save yourself a lot of time and grab your tight winder. It's a good sound.
I wish mine sounded like that. Mine's all jammed up with like Cheeto dust and stuff, so I don't know.
Start winding. Again, pluck the string and wind just to get a reference of where we are pitch-wise. We don't want to go too high. So here's where I like to have the other strings, because I have my E, I need an E here, a little flat. Now you could stop there, but that for me would be a waste of time because it's going to go flat right away. So let's go a little sharp.
Whoa.
You can go
dang, dude. You're brave.
Don't want to put too much tension, but the instrument...
It seems like you're putting a lot of tension on that thing. You're going pretty sharp. All right, we'll keep our E string at F for now, and we'll see what that does.
Up until recently, I actually have been pulling on my strings to give them a pre-stretch. I was taught to do that. But I was actually warned by my friend Marshall Burnett, who's a really fantastic classical guitar luthier, that this can actually damage the core of the string and make it false. And I actually have been having a problem lately with false strings, and so...
Yeah, maybe let's not mess with tuning them, too. I mean, I was always taught to never have the strings go higher than made to go for, because it can kind of, ruin the string.
Advise me not to do that.
I'm gonna not do that too.
So I'm going.
What is a false string too? I don't know what that means.
Now, at this point, we have some excess string, and we have two options. Option number one:
just let that MFer dangle forever. That's what I would do.
Clip the excess really close to the knot without disturbing the knot and without accidentally cutting the nice string that you just tied on. That happened to me a few times. So that's option one. It's very. Sometimes what I do for my more expensive instruments, or my more expensive strings, I mean, like if I have gut strings, which are pricey, I like to actually wrap the string around my finger.
You just like how it feels. You just like the gut wrapped around your finger to make you feel nice.
To make a little loop of the string. Oops, that's not going so well. Okay, there we go.
You gotta constrict that thing, dude. You gotta tie it off on that finger.
With the excess, I put the string through the little hole, and now I have a little loop here, a little curlicue. If I want excess string for later that I can pull down, this helps.
Maybe that is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a little curlicue. I'm gonna tie it around my finger and feel good about it. Oop, that's kind of fun. Okay, I got a curlicue. Boom. There you go. That's kind of fun. I like that.
And now we continue. A string. While I'm winding the string, if you're enjoying these free guitar tips and want to help my channel, you can do so very easily by subscribing and liking it, sharing a video. And if you're really into the channel and want to help me make more videos, you can become a patron on Patreon and get all sorts of cool perks like behind the scenes.
Yeah, and same goes for you. If you like my thing, be sure to subscribe to my thing. And if you want to support me, I don't have a Patreon, but I will sell you a shirt. And that is kind of the same thing. The perk is you get a shirt. This is kind of taking a while. Let's go ahead and get these wound strings going. I am damaging my guitar so badly by changing it here. All right, we're gonna change all the metal ones. You guys don't have to sit through it, but I do. Okay, that sucked. I got 3 of the 6 strings down. Now we're moving on to these nigh guts.
Remember that classical guitar has 3 wound strings, E, A, D, and then 3 strings if they're nylon, G, B, E.
GB. I want to see what's going on with the lighter. He set up all the tools that we'll need. The lighter was not one of the tools that he mentioned, so I'm curious where the lighter comes in.
Now normally you'd be tying on new trebles. I'm actually repurposing some old Nylagut trebles that I've had in the past.
Why? Why would you do that? I think these strings were like $7 or something. Yeah, go support his Patreon, guys. I'm just gonna take all these off at once. I don't care. These strings are a little harder to take off. They don't just slip right off. Ah, screw it. We're cutting these. I'm doing all 3 at once. Bombs away. A little bit of tension in that one. Oh god, I hate this process.
Because this is an old string that I was repurposing, it was pre-cut when it was already on the guitar.
Oh no.
And that means I tied it to the bridge. But look, I didn't make it to the G, so now I'm gonna have to get creative. And this, children, is why you don't pre-cut your strings.
I'm still confused on why you're reusing the string, though. It seems like this would be avoided if you just got new strings. Aren't they, like, dead, too? Well, I have new strings here. I got that YouTube money. I can afford some new strings, y'all. Here it is. This is Nygut. Starting with the G string. These do feel different. They look different, too. This is gonna be really interesting. I'm gonna be sure to play really badly so you guys don't think they sound better, because I know that you guys would love to tell me that Nygut sounds better than nylon, and I resent you so much. You guys are like, you should really freaking take up lute, dude. You're so deep into classical, like you need to expand your horizons and do lute. It's so beautiful, so much better. You guys are gonna tell me to cut my nails off too. It sounds so much better without your nails. Okay, we have all of our strings on. Okay, I want to see what we do with the lighter.
Now, if you're a pyro and you really want to make sure that string goes nowhere, well, we can burn the end of the string. Don't let your guitar on fire. Living on the edge. Don't breathe in the chemicals. Now you have a little ball that's created on the end of the string, and now it'll catch and it won't pop out on you.
Okay, I'm not entirely sure what the purpose of that is, but we are going to do that. So 1 second. I have my lighter. I got this when I was drunk one night, probably. He instructed me to burn my guitar like this. Oh god, it's going. Oh god, it's going. Oh my god. I breathed it in. I have cancer now. It just went right into my nose. So now there's a little ball on the end of it. I'm not entirely sure what that did for us. It was kind of cool. We might as well go for the other one. God, look at that thing go. Oh man, it's crazy. Oh, I got tar on my guitar. I'm not breathing. Oh god. I got a little bit of melted Nygut on my guitar. Oh, it comes off. We're good. There we go. I'm stupid. Alright, well, I think we did that. Let me tune my guitar again. God, I breathed in a lot of fumes today. It's fine. I usually wouldn't inhale chemicals like that if I'm sober, so this is kind of weird for me. To check how they sound, I'm going to do this one for Brandon Acker specifically. I'm going to get a random number generator between 1 and 24. First 12 will be the first major keys, starting with A flat, I guess. And then the last 12 will be all the minor keys, and I'm going to check how they sound by playing Happy Birthday in whatever key is decided without practicing it. So it's going to go how it goes. So I might have to play it in minor. We'll see. Max 24. What do we get? 19. It's in minor. All right, what minor key would that be? 24 is G, 19 is D, D minor. Hey, that's not too bad. Okay, so Happy Birthday in D minor. Oh, all right. Shoot, hold on. Wait, what? Is that it? Might as well go to the relative major. I have it there. I don't. I should not have to guess that part. But you know, happy birthday. I wish I didn't breathe those fumes in. That doesn't feel that great. Anyways, that is the video. We have our new strings on now. I'm not going to practice for too long because I have to teach in like not that long from now. But I am just going to warm up. I'll probably play the fugue or something and we'll see how that sounds. And you know, that's what this video is. We're just changing our strings. Go change your strings, y'all. I'll see you at the piano bench. Alright, I'm going to try to stretch these strings out and get them stable, and then I'm going to play something for you, and we're going to see how we like the sound of them. I'll see you on the other side. Alright, I think I'm ready to play, which you might notice I did a wardrobe change. Hey, do you know you can buy this shirt at my store? Go and do it, please. It supports the channel. I want to show you something with my finger. So I know I've been really paranoid about focal dystonia, but my hand relaxed. Here it is. Watch what happens when I move M. I'm not doing that on purpose. It's just shaking. Let's see if we can get a good angle. And that's me contracting it. I'm not like shaking it, I'm just contracting. And then if I go further, it's stable. But there's this place right there where if I hold tension in it, it just shakes. And I don't think my other M does it, or my other middle finger. It does it a little bit. But I don't know, I'm noticing that it's feeling a little weird. This might be the onset. And like, it's always felt like a little weird, but I feel like over the last few days, it's like slightly worse. It could be from like the gym, like, cause I did have like an intense workout yesterday. Maybe my nervous system's a little more shocked than usual. Yeah, I don't know, there's just like a little something in there. See, I've gone through phases where like my index finger just like twitches randomly and it would trip up my playing, but it always goes away, so I'm hoping that this is just one of those things that'll just go away. Usually when stuff goes wrong, it just resolves itself after a while. But I'm gonna try to play through the fugue, despite that, and I'll let you know if it bothers me. Oh yeah, and also the Nygut. Here's what they sound like. Check this out. Did I even get the... Oh yeah, I did. It already died before I could sharpen it a bit. But yeah, that was the fugue. My M didn't bother me that much, but it is scary. I can be kind of a shaky guy. It could be for a lot of reasons too, like why it's worse than usual. But I don't know, it just feels like sometimes when I'm playing scales, I just get a little nervous that it's gonna trip up. And sometimes it does. Yeah, post in the comments. Is it like a really rare form of Parkinson's that you get when you're like 26? Is it ALS? Is it focal dystonia? Is it some other disease that I don't know about that's horrible? Please enlighten me. Let me know what you think it is. Alright, well I think we can pretty much wrap this one up. I will see you in the outro. Hey, well, if you made it this far, be sure to subscribe and leave a like. Hey, want some shirts? Head on over down to Rootin's Delight, and I'll sell you a shirt for whatever I sell them for. I'm not gonna say it here. Go find out. Visit the store. I will tell you how much I charge for guitar lessons. It's in the description, along with my email. I do give guitar lessons. I'm gonna be teaching some in about an hour. So, you know, if you want to be one of those people, you can just do that. Just send me an email. Do it. Don't wait. Supply is limited. Of course, comment questions. Feel free to leave them and I'll answer them at some point. What'd you think of the Nygut? I think they sound okay. I'm more worried about my M right now. But whatever, it's fine. I'm sure I'm fine. Alright, well, I'm gonna start my day. I'm gonna go do some other stuff. Probably eat food. I'll see you tonight.